the subframe apart. I got Manny here, and there's a trick to taking the lower control arms and torsion bars out. A lot of guys buy a special tool to take the torsion bars out, and it's just completely unnecessary. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it real quick. So let me grab some tools and we'll get going. All right. I'm not sure. I think we need 15/16 in this. You gotta take the strut rod out first. And chances are good if you're doing this, you're rebuilding your front end, and most of this stuff is junk, so you don't have to necessarily be nice to it. Take the front strut rod bushing off. Get this rear one off. Hopefully it doesn't spin. Sometimes it does. So now that's all handled. Next thing you gotta do is you gotta get the shock off. And a lot of guys try and save the shock, take it off the right way. I've seen people unbolt it. That's unnecessary. You don't really need to, because chances are good you're not putting it back on. So I try and get that on there all the way. And I usually just bend it. Break the top of the shock off. Sometimes that does happen because they do double nut them, and then you're kind of forced, like I just was, to take it off the proper way. Oh, I still broke it. Good job. So now there's no adjustment on the torsion bar at all. Gotta get the strut to come out. Set it back down. I'm sure people are like, what the hell, dude? This is in my car. I can't just manhandle it. It all works the same way. You just follow the same principles. You can do this with the stuff in your car. Because here's where the fun part comes in. Let me try and turn the camera here. It's a little adjuster or a clip back here. It's usually not that tight. I don't know, on the Furies, it's down in here. On the Chryslers and Dodges, this lug is a little bit longer. You can usually pop the clip out with your hand, like I just did. Now, the trick. A lot of guys have a hard time getting a hand on that torsion bar. It's not that hard. You need this. Now that everything's loose. Oh wow, look at the oil coming out of the shock. I just smack it back. Oh wait, duh. One more thing we have to do. Can't believe I forgot. There's a big bolt right here. I believe it's 1 1/8", if this is correct. Don't need an extension. shield. Strut rod. Oh, man. May have this tilted up too much. You may have missed it. It's okay though. Lower it again. Steering's in the way a little. Deal. Now you've got the whole arm out with the torsion bar. And this is the easy part. How do you get the torsion bar off the control arm? No fancy tool required. Hopefully get smart through this way. And you didn't even put a nick on it. So that's my trick. Hopefully it helps.
So there you have it. There's really not much to it. Yes, in this video we started with the upper control arm was already removed, the spindle was already off, brake line was already disconnected, wheel was off, frame's not even in the car. So maybe not the best example, but I was able to show you what I have learned to do. You loosen the strut, you get the shock loose, you loosen the lower control arm, you remove the clip out of the torsion bar lug, and you knock the whole sucker back as an assembly, and the strut's going to be the first thing to pop out. Then the torsion bar is going to come out of the lug at the trans cross member. And then last, the lower control arm is going to come out of the cradle. And at that point, it's game over. You knock the control arm off of the front of the torsion bar, and the torsion bar slides right out of the lug, and you didn't have to strain. You didn't have to buy a special tool. There was no fight. You didn't gouge your torsion bar. Because let me tell you, if you gouge or nick or do any real, even minor, I would say a nick, a scratch, a gouge of any sort, your torsion bar is now destroyed. And you might get away with putting it back in. You maybe. However, the severe tension of it twisting and it being 50 years old, it might just snap now that you've created that minute little weak spot. I mean, just, it doesn't take much. Sometimes they just snap because they're old and been twisted for so long. So that's what I've got for you guys this week. We've got a lot more coming. This week I've done, let's see, I took some stuff over to the sandblaster. I took a radiator out to be record in Woodstock. I'm trying a new place for a radiator shop. Seems promising. The guy was really cool. So there's that. We've got some audio parts that arrived. I'm doing a system in my green car. Not a crazy system, but I need some good tunes while I'm driving. I'm sick of the little Bluetooth speakers. What else? I got a couple tires that are going to be for the other wagon, and we're probably going to do maybe some Will It Run this weekend. Start messing with that. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more shipwreck content. See you later. Take it easy.